hell of a, she's so fine. Hell of a, blows my mind. Hell of a, lights my day.
What's good, guys? So I'm picking up where I left off with Yo Stay Woke and their Instagram posts. This is the next post for her. It's some kind of a social media, supposedly or allegedly a social media post from Jedediah Brown, and he was one of the activists in the beginning that actually tried to help this case. I never had a problem with Jedediah and still don't. I'm kind of like Boss Blake on that. I really didn't understand what the problem was with Jedediah, but apparently there was one because he's no longer involved in any of this. So let's read this post. Alleged post. Now, just so you know, these are easily photoshopped and easily manipulated. So this says, to the girl's mom we gave our all to. I now know everything. Trying to forgive you. Peace. In my face the whole time. You do need God. That's not Kenneka. Okay, this was sent to Yo Stay Woke. Then there's a post underneath it. It says, it's coming out soon about KJ. A few important people with power found out KJ is alive. And yes, that is why her role is played by more than 3 girls. Yo Stay Woke, whom I'm assuming is in the gray because she's not smudging herself out. It says exactly, do you mind if I share this? I'll keep you anonymous, but tag the Instagram and screenshot. This person says, sure you can share. Sure you can share it. Of course you can. And underneath of this post, I mean, it originally looks like a Facebook post, but who knows? You never know. It says, another one drops out the psyop. I know why. I'm just waiting on the interview to drop. What interview and where it's at? I'm just saying. The comment or the actual caption says, from Yo Stay Woke, screenshots from one of my DMs. Looks like Jedediah decided not to play along with Teresa Martin's games. Okay. And then it tags this, that's not Kenneka, which of course is no longer found. It's got 12 comments, it says. And this is again is from August the 17th of 2018. First comment, 313.melly. Shaking my head. My gut told me this was a bullshitting case, period. Oh, you and your gut. And y'all just, y'all, I'm speaking of the commenters on here, just took that post at face value and went on. Y'all don't question nothing? Next post. Comment. It says, sleepless nights and wasted time. Eye rolls. We all had our suspicions. Next one. Out of my house. We are being deceived, but our own government should be by our own government, I believe. Everything has an agenda for the higher-ups to make more money. And 313.melly comes back. Mine or with an H. I wouldn't be able to talk if this was my child. Next post. Jedediah is playing his role as well. Anyone looking at the immediate folks for clarity has a long ways to go. They are doing what they are told to do. This person replies back to her and says, yes, it is the government. Slavery still exists, just in a different way. The government is the slave masters. We're all their slaves. Just think about it. Next post. Modern day slavery at its finest. Shaking my head. Next comment. When we find out the whole truth, we need to drop that lawsuit as a collective group. Next comment. Wow, I'll be waiting. Chirac85 comes on and says, is Kenneka real name Anisha Fowler? Come on, man. If I hear that word one more again with the Anisha Fowler, come on, man. Actually, Yo Stay Woke comes back and says, I don't think so. Lord. Next post is from August the 17th, 2018. And it's kind of a carryover of what was just posted. It says, it's coming out soon about KJ. A few important people with power found out KJ is alive, and that's highlighted in yellow. And yes, that is why her role is played by more than 3 girls. Yo Stay Woke says, exactly, do you mind if I share this? I'll keep you anonymous, but tag the Instagram and screenshot. Whoever is smudged out, but says, sure, you can share. That was a screenshot sent back to Yo Stay Woke. The post goes on to say, hey, so I seriously thought I was losing my mind, but when I recently stumbled upon your Insta and have been reading everything, says her story really hit me. And me, like so many others, was really touched by it and got pretty wrapped up in the videos and everything. Well, my man thought I lost my damn mind weeks ago, and I highlighted that part. Let me move my hand. 2, I sent to you because I swear I saw her. Oh, Lord. While I was working, I dropped everything I had in my hands because I swear she was right in front of me. It felt like I was looking at a damn ghost after all of this. I hope to God I'm wrong. And I've prayed this every day because I don't ever want the karma or anything of claiming someone to not be dead. I mean, that's terrible. But the more I read and see, it's just absolutely mind effing. Goes on to say, please keep this anonymous because it freaked me out to begin with. But while I was working, I looked up to take the next person's order and I swear it was her. I mean, she had the darker top lip, just everything to a T looked exactly like her. I mean, I could be wrong, but after months of looking at this every day, I don't know how I could mix her up. When I asked her for her name, oh Lord, she even had Kenneka's voice. She said after pausing, you can put, quote, KJ, end quote. I could be crazy. Yeah, you could be. And wrong. But I don't know, man. That's spooky. I really thought it was her, especially now after reading all this stuff. What the F happened that night? Jeez. Then Yo Stay Woke comes on and says, that's the $1 million question, LOL. But some of us have figured out what happened that night. Okay, I'll keep you anonymous. I suppose she's speaking of herself as being one of those that have figured out what happened that night. My mouth is almost hanging open. So the caption says, screenshot, part 1 of 2. Screenshots from one of my DMs. Person replied to previous post via DM. Part 2 in my next post. This has 13 comments. First one. They may have the wrong person. This case hasn't died down enough for me to think she would be out ordering, trying to get noticed. But this is like the 5th person say they've seen or know someone around her that says she's alive. If true, seems like she don't care no more and wants to let us know the truth or feel safe where she is. Somebody replies to that and says, well, only social media is keeping it alive. Next comment. This case is a psyop. The alleged KJ never died. Next post. Pretty much. Next one. We know that, but these pictures are of some girls. We just got to find out who and why this scheme came out. The next one. You have to understand what a psyop is in order to understand why this all took place. Trying to find out who the girls actually are is the smallest piece of this entirely. Single life underscore is great, and I'd say that's debatable. Comes on to say, I'm flabbergasted. Next post. Nothing happened that night worth talking about. It all actually occurred a few nights before. And again, look at how they type with such certainty. Like, that is your opinion. But they say it with such matter-of-factness. Next post says, well, hot damn it. Next post. I wonder too. Next. Yep, 2 different girls, 2 different nights, 2 different hotels. I'm sticking with my gut. Kenneka is not deceased. That March 2017 death is someone else. That September death is someone else as well. But that death happened on September the 6th, 2017. And this person comes back with clapping hands for that foolery. Next post, also on August the 18th, 2018. Still a carryover. Says, I forgot to ask, who did KJ come in with? Was she alone or with a bunch of people? Can you describe the people she came in with if she wasn't alone? Blessings to you two and be safe too. And that was from Yo Stay Woke. Anonymous comes on and says, she was actually with a group of people. I scanned all of them, but I didn't see Monifa, Shemaya, or any of them. None of the people she was with looked to be familiar. There was maybe actually only one other female with her. They were a loud and happy group, but it almost felt like the guys were kind of watching her almost. I would say the men looked to be a bit older than she, and the other female she was with, when she was up to the register... I would say the men looked to be a bit older than she and the other female she was with. When she was up to the register laughing, talking to her friend and giving her name, the guys seemed like they were directing them, but more, I'm particularly her. I think it should be more particularly her. She was loud and you could tell having fun and a good day. But once she said KJ and was all giggles, they moved her to the side and the guys didn't even order. They just left with the girls. Probably like 6 guys. I remember it being a pretty big group. Especially thought it was weird that they moved her. Move my hand. Away. Like a, you're done here. Stop talking to this girl. Kind of shoving her away. But I think the guys could tell I was spooked and wondering if it was her, and then they all split. Her and the girl seemed close, but the guys almost seemed like more so there to watch them. Yo Stay Woke says, wow. Yeah, that's weird they split after they realized you were onto them. I'll post this as a part 2, but I'll leave out the name of your employer and your username. Anonymous comes back and says, thank you so much to listening to me and talking about this. Honestly, it's been driving me crazy for so long, but yes, they absolutely did. They probably didn't even think I even knew of the case, and when they saw us laughing, they went from talking about what food to get to getting her out. So crazy. I'll probably never get it out of my mind because I know what I saw and heard. Hell, I thought I would never even get to talk to anyone about that day at work and didn't really plan on it. But after reading everything, I knew it was time to at least talk about it and piece things together and try to gather some of my sanity back. Thank you for listening, and I hope I was able to help in some way. And Yo Stay Woke comes back and says, you are welcome. Thank you for sharing. I'm sorry, guys, but this is kind of like the Elvis Tupac thing. Come on, man. I mean, come on. Do you know how many people would have to be quiet about that for that to be the case? Not happening. Part 2 of 2. It says screenshots from one of my DMs, part 1 in previous post. And I'm not going to read that big, long, ridiculous caption about the Social Security Death Index, because I've already covered that. This has 12 comments. It says, what area was this? Yo Stay Woke apparently didn't really like to answer questions or be questioned. So whoever that is, you can look for that. Don't question Yo Stay Woke, because they will flat give it to you. She replies back to this person and says, read comments in part 1 because the answer to your question is there. And now I just read everything and I didn't hear anybody say anything about where this area was located. That person replies back to her and says, oh, okay, I see. Did you say the men with her were white? Yo Stay Woke says, the race of the men with her weren't mentioned, but I'll ask and pass that info to you when your question is answered. That person replies back and says, yes, please. Yo Stay Woke replies back to her and says, person that said there was one white man and the rest of the group was black. Oh, she's going to get mad. This person says, what city was this in? Yo Stay Woke says, read the comments here and in previous posts because the answer to your question is already there. Next post. Next comment. You should have asked, did she get a picture of any of them as they were leaving? Or maybe they have cameras in the store or wherever this was. Talking to Yo Stay Woke. Yo Stay Woke says, person said they aren't allowed to have phones on them at their work. But didn't address the camera thing at work either. Come on, man. I can't believe people are actually reading and buying into this BS. And actually taking their time to comment about it. Like, come on. It's sad. It's really sad what people have turned this case into. And that is exactly why I'm sharing this stuff. So that you all can see the foolery that has been put out about this case. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Yo Stay Woke should be ashamed of herself. Whoever she is. Next post is again from August the 18th, 2018. And I had previously put this video in one of the other videos regarding this. And this is just a screenshot of that. You can see the dimples on the face, but really, you can't see a whole lot of features on that. But it says, I see sincerely Nene Kenneka, aka Dimples. I noticed Rosemont Police Connect, and then it stops. And somebody replied and says, I know you read my DM, bitch. Now you've caught the attention of people you really don't want in your life and use the C word. And I don't use that word, so. Sexy Sammy 69 got a little hot with her. Alright. The caption says, she got mad and is trying to scare me because I posted this video and I clicked decline on her DM. You wanted attention, here it is. Pull up because I'm not scared of you. This is what I meant when I said there are some wrong elements watching/following this Instagram. She's affiliated with, and I'll blow that word up because I'm not going to read it, but I'll put it on the screen. And she claims that is her brother in the video. Has 8 comments. First comment. Where is the video? I'm not on Facebook. I only follow you here. Yo Stay Woke says, the video is on this Instagram. There's a screenshot of part of the video, plus the comment she left on it. Scroll down my Instagram till you see what's in screenshot, because I didn't delete the video. I posted it 3 days ago. That person said, will do. Next person says, oh wow. Next one says, LOL, geesh. Next one says, well damn. And that's all the comments on that. Now back to that picture that the girl's hot about, who says that's her brother. This is some DMs of Yo Stay Woke, and it says, from Anonymous, the black and white pic. That's not the same woman in the color pic. Then there's a whole comment smudged out, see? And when people do that, that's when you lose context, okay? It says, this is from Yo Stay Woke. They took so-called KJ's face and plastered it on that probation officer's face from a screenshot they took of a video, and then turned the photo into black and white. Meant to tell you, someone showed me a video of what that female, and I'll put it on the screen, affiliate, said to whoever made the black-white video. She complained about me posting the video to him. And she also said, quote, I'm going to tell that bitch, Dimples, and everyone you are stalking them, end quote. Anonymous says, I think it's the other way around, though. I think the probation pic was damage control. Yo Stay Woke says, do you mind if I post this? I'll keep you anonymous if you want to be anonymous. That other person says, the part about damage control? Sure. You do know that woman didn't attack you for no reason, right? She wasn't angry because you shared a pic of her brother and his black wife. That wouldn't make sense. She was upset with us because of that black and white pic. Yo Stay Woke says, I'm going to post this now unless you adding more info. I see what you are saying, though. Well, you know, I see it the other way, for real, because if you're posting a picture of my brother and his wife and purporting it to be someone else that's tied up in this whole mess, no, I'd be hot too. I'd be real hot with you. Caption. It says, screenshots of one of the conversations from one of my DMs. The fact that they, not talking about person who DM'd me in this screenshot conversation, are angry at me and threatening me for posting this video, it means there's some truth to that video. That's not what that means. Not necessarily, anyways. I have never got threats about what I post before I posted that black and white video. The threats are about me posting the black and white video. If you follow this Instagram, you know which video I'm talking about. She doesn't like to explain a whole lot of anything. She wants to say her piece and that's it. This, of course, was posted on August the 21st, 2018, and it has one comment. And oh, Lord, look at this comment. This is Anisha Fowler. That's her real name. And here we go with more foolery. Now, this is from a post from August the 24th, 2018. And it is a screenshot of Curtis Kenneka Capper Jackson. This is one of a kind, laid back dude, guard at security. That's exactly what it says. You see it for yourself. Security. And I'm just going to keep calling him anonymous because all these people are anonymous to me. This is the page J Money is hiding under. His real name is Curtis. You can see that they've blacked out. Yo Stay Woke has blacked out the other comments instead of smudging them out because, see, they look suspect. But she thinks that people can't tell that she's shortened the comments. Yo Stay Woke says, LOL, wow. Do you mind if I share this? I'll keep you anonymous. And Anonymous says, yeah, keep me anonymous, but I have lots of more evidence. Goes on to say, this can all be found on that page I just sent to you. The only, and then it cuts off. The only, Yo Stay Woke says, I'm confused because 98% of his photos are another dude who is slim, muscular. He's supposed to be muscular. With his girlfriend or kids. There's few photos of J Money. You sure that's J Money on there? Meanwhile, I believe J Money faked his death because his Facebook was a remembrance page saying he used to live in Chicago, and now his Facebook doesn't have a remembrance box and says he lives in Florida. Oh, man. Here's another copy, a screenshot with pieces blacked out. It says J Money OS, the fake character. Curtis is the real uncle. He has the baby mama name on his chest. Alright. Anonymous goes on to say, so first of all, the people will know who are associated with Case are not all her real family. Yo Stay Woke says, yes, they're crisis actors. Anonymous says, now, while I was searching today, I came up with people who are really just family. They were hiding from us so they can push the fake pages that they made to complete this psyop. Now, some of the people they use in the reenactment are real gang members who live down there, like Kenneth Tart and a few others. As far as J Money, he was a crisis actor. He replaced her real Uncle Chris. But I wanted you to check out what was going on with sororities and fraternities that week or that month, because I think they were accepting in the new people and their ranks, because this case is surrounded with them from all over the states. Some of the possible Kennekas could have been pledging that month. And then there's a screenshot of a couple of people, and it's captioned, My Sisters. And it's 2 in loving memory cards. Both the same size with the same type on it. 1 day apart. And funny because the first one says Sharika M. Oliver, born February 21st, 1986, died on December the 19th, 2017. The other one says, hold on, let me move my hand. Santiana, I can't read the first vowel there. Williams, Rudy, born February 21st, 1986, died on December the 18th, 2017. So your sisters share the same birthday. That's interesting. And look Nathan alike. It's just, I'm telling you, people will do anything. Yo Stay Woke says, that's what I've been saying too in my captions. Who are the deceased people on those flyers? Anonymous says, some people who died around some people who are affiliated with this case. But do you see how close the dates are? Born on the same day but not twins, and died a day apart. But I can't make it the second year. They're supposed to be sisters though. I really think these people can get into my phone because too many of my screenshots are missing. Like they hack my email and keep closing out my Instagram while I'm searching or sending messages. Baby, I don't know who you are, but you need to take your medicine for real. For real, for real. I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, when you are thinking that people are getting into your phone, Yo Stay Woke says, I believe it was from cases before September 2017, or whatever date they force-fed the public the KJ PSYOP. I remember somebody saying something happened in March of 2017. That's creepy that they deleting your screenshots without your permission. Man. Anonymous says, I've been looking for that a while, but they cover that up good. Yo Stay Woke says, I'll see whether I can find it later today. If I find it, I'll post it along with some of what you said and the screenshots you provided. And then here is a screenshot of a video, which is never a good idea. I'm just saying. Like, you never know what you're going to get because you are capturing a still image of something that's moving on your screen. Alright. Somebody wrote, Teresa Martin, do not let them get away with this. They framed your baby. Couldn't be mine. And the next person says, wasn't that night? It says March the 19th, 2017, not September the 9th or 10th, 2017. wasn't that night. Rest in heaven, baby girl. And that's the end of these posts. I think there's 10. Yeah, 10. The caption says, screenshots from one of my DMs. August the 24th, 2018 is when this was posted. Got 10 comments. First comment, that's crazy as hell. Next person says, it is a lot to take in. Next comment, that's what I'm saying. It was some that happened in March, and other girls died too. Same area out west. They knew each other, but they made it seem like it was a car crash in March. Next person says, Curtis is Teresa's brother. They went on to say, he's J Money brother, and he looked just like Teresa, but he's a crook too. Next person says, that's probably why he hiding under his name, because he know Curtis is a real name and he can play it off like it's him. Next post says, that's probably why he hiding under this name, because he know Curtis is a real name and he can play it off like it's him. Next comment, if y'all ever went on this profile, Kenneka isn't on Jay's list or family comments. Gets stranger every time. Curtis and J Money can be his father, but Curtis is controlling both pages. And then they went back and said, please excuse my typo. I think they meant typos, plural. Next comment says, things are getting crazier as we approach the alleged September the 1st anniversary date. As we approach the September 1st anniversary date. I see what you're trying to say there, but anywho. Next says, obituaries. The first girl, Sarika death was suspicious, but later labeled natural causes at 24. The second, Santiana, passed from a, quote, long-time illness, end quote. Both were from Albany, Georgia. So weird I had to Google it. So, I just couldn't let that ride. I had to check it out my own self, because that's what I do when I hear something that sounds like foolery. Alright, so the first girl, Sharika Oliver. This is from Albany, Georgia. It says, Sands death investigation continues. It's from December 20th, 2010. 2010, yes. Albany, Georgia. An investigation into the death of an East Albany woman continues as her family asks for help to pay for her funeral. 24-year-old Sharika Oliver was found in need of medical treatment at her Sands Drive apartment Sunday afternoon. She later died at the hospital. Investigators are awaiting autopsy results to determine if foul play was involved in her death. Monday, the family of the Albany Tech student asked for help with her funeral. Oliver's mother, Aretha Jackson, said, quote, she didn't have any insurance, and so that leaves the family in quite a bind. So all friends that could donate anything that people could give, we would greatly appreciate it, end quote. An account in Sharika Oliver's name has been opened at SunTrust Bank for donations. So there's the first lie. Untruth. False information. It happened in 2010, not 2017. Second of all, here is the actual paperwork or pamphlet or what have you from the memorial homegoing celebration for her. And you can see that somebody has taken the screenshot from this actual paperwork, this legit paperwork, and changed it around, because this contains the actual real date. You can't see it that great, but it does say 2010 on here. Alright? Which is shameful as well. This article regarding Sharika says that a death investigation is underway in Albany after a woman's body was discovered in the East Albany apartment around 3:30 Saturday morning. Paramedics found 24-year-old Sharika Oliver in apartment 2904 in need of treatment and rushed her to Phoebe Putney Hospital, where she later died. It says detectives had to wait for a search warrant before they could enter the apartment and gather evidence. A person of interest was questioned and released. Dang, in Albany they have to wait for a search warrant to get in the apartment? They need to call them police in Louisville, because we don't do it like that in Kentucky here. We just bust on in and start shooting. I'm just saying. We're going to get this story all the way together. I'm going to show you guys just how this stuff works. Here is Satiana Rudy, Lashana Nicole Williams, who was the other image that was posted, talking about their sisters and born on the same day, etc., etc. So she really did die in December of 2017. But she sure didn't leave she sure wasn't preceded in death by her sister, Sharika. So that's some false information. She was preceded in death by her grandparents and the late Johnny Mae Jefferson. By her grandparents, the late Johnny Mae Jefferson and John McNair. And it goes on to talk about her family that she had remaining. Yeah, nothing said about that. Now, this also was Albany, Georgia. This is from the albanyherald.com. She died Monday, December the 18th, 2017 at Phoebe Putney Memorial Hospital. You can see that there. And the only other thing of substance that I can find regarding Santiana Williams is that she was in a car accident where someone died back in 2014. So, yeah. So when you see stuff like this, you have to question that. I mean, you can't just take that at face value and run with it, which a lot of people do. And that's where a lot of false information comes from. A lot of the inaccuracies, a lot of the foolery. It all comes from stuff like this. And that's why, even though this part right here is not related to Kenneka Jenkins, it really just burns my ass because people just do not use their brain. Moving along. This is the next post. It is a screenshot of J Money, Kenneka Capper, J Bands, Got a Snack, Facebook page. It says, lost my niece to the devil in God. J for K. And that's all there is to this post. The caption says, J Money's Facebook went from he lives in Chicago to a remembrance page to he lives in Florida. The comments. This girl says, that's because. Then goes on to say, that's because they not dead, they in hiding with all the money they made off of people. Somebody replied to her and says, you just said the realest thing. It's a witch hunt. Hashtag stay woke, people. This girl comes on with some sense and says his page always said that. Yeah, Yo Stay Woke's not going to like that, but Yo Stay Woke says, no, before J Money's supposed death, his page always said he lives in Chicago. After his death, it was a memorial page for a short time. And then next thing I knew, he changed his location to he lives in Florida, and memorial box was gone. Somebody even took a screenshot of his Facebook before and after his supposed death, showing the changes to his location from Chicago to Florida. Where did I screenshot at them? That person comes back and says, at Yo Stay Woke, say what you will, but I know his page said Florida on it when I very first started following this in the beginning. That's right, girl. Stick to your guns. Next one. All They Ask is still alive. They've been playing the masses ever since this BS came out. Too many different stories. The video footages, the reenactment, etc. They did a piss poor ass job with these crisis actors. It is, I'm telling you. We break that comment all the way down and say, ever since this BS came out, What BS came out? This just dropped in our lap like that? This girl is dead. Y'all can say what you want. You can pretend like it didn't happen, that she's walking around here ordering food at Popeyes. It just doesn't happen. And to get into this whole video footages, reenactment. Send me some reenactment footage. I'd like to see it. I swear. I get riled up with this mess sometimes. I'm going to end this one here and pick it back up on the next video. It's starting to get a little lengthy. So you guys have a good night, and thanks for watching this. Appreciate it.